So, guys, it's David here, and it is currently day 361. I hope you guys are doing well and are doing better than yesterday. But the topic I want to talk about today is that I am lost. I have made a lot of bad decisions. I have made a lot of bad decisions based on my body. I have choose to act on urges and act on temptations, which led me to a very dark place in the current present moment. It feels like as if this whole year has gone by without me improving 1 ounce in my abilities, in my character. Furthermore, it feels like I have regressed back into this person who had no morals, no values, smoked pot every day, took drugs every day, sold drugs, harmed his community, had no respect for himself nor other people. I feel like I am becoming that person once again. I feel like that all this has been done for nothing. As if I am just running in circles chasing this pleasure of failing in life, right? Chasing this high or this emotion that I am a nobody, that when I start to win in life, or that when I start to become consistent as something and perhaps reach greatness, that somehow I have this addiction to pull myself back to where I was before. Or even worse, I should pull myself down even more. It is as if I'm addicted to this feeling of being someone who's not worthy of success, and that I have to self sabotage when I do become great at anything I do. And it sucks. But this has been my journey thus far. It is as if all the success I have, no matter if it's sales or coding or self-improvement, anything I try to pursue in life, I do wonderfully great. But when it comes a time when I start to feel grateful and thankful for the success I have, it is as if my body is telling myself that, David, you do not deserve this. You do not deserve to feel happy because you never felt like you belong in this world. Right? People rejected you. Right? People said you don't deserve this. People doubted you. So why do you think you have the right to believe you can? And it is this feeling that pulls me back every single time when I have this ounce of victory in life. And it sucks. But this is the truth. And this year has felt like such. When life goes good, I always find a way, whether subconsciously or consciously, to mess it all up. Right? I am the king of self-sabotage. And I hate to be like this, but it feels like that is the truth at the moment. I always find a way to just mess things up, whether it is with myself, right, with new opportunities, with potential partners, with my family, the people who I hold closest and dearest. I just cannot fix my own problems, and it totally is ruining me, right? But I really want to say this because for those who feels like that their work or their effort is all gone into nothing, I just want to remind you that although at the moment whatever you are doing may be difficult, although you may feel like what you are doing is tedious, that all the work and effort to pursue to this bigger picture is all for nothing, I just want to remind you that if you don't keep your head down and do something about your life to improve your current means, then your inner voice, your inner demon is going to drag you back down to where you were before. And for that matter, it may drag you down further because you choose to not stick with your word and commitment. Your self esteem and your confidence will go down along with it because you choose to back out on the promise you made to yourself. And it's so important to keep your word to yourself, guys. You may not keep your word to others, but you cannot lose the word you keep to yourself. Because it is already hard enough to fight our own inner voice, to fight this thing within us that constantly criticizes us, rebukes us, and doubt our own possibilities. We have this inner voice, this inner chatter that is so hard to fight off already that we should not make it even a worse enemy by not following through with our word. we should at least own up to the things we do. And if we don't, you may just be like me. You may be like me and say something you are going to do but never follow up with it. You may just be like me, who said he was going to achieve greatness, but yet his actions every single day does not match up to someone who's willing to sacrifice everything he got to reach his dreams. And you don't want to be like me, but you will if you choose to not keep your head down and do what you know is the hard work, and do something that is uncomfortable every single day. Because if you don't do that, you are going to be like me on day 361 of his improvement journey. All right, maybe 2 years or 5 years in his self-improvement journey, who perhaps is just going around in circles because he's always entrapped by his body's temptations and urges, who cannot control his mind longer than a few months at a time because he always finds a way to mess up his own success, who always is his own villain in his story, who just finds a way to defeat himself when life starts to get good. But there's one thing I want to say, that although life at the moment feels like I have gotten back into square one where I have not progressed in my life whatsoever, at the moment it does feel like I am lost, that I am someone who's incompetent to keep up with my word and make my life, let alone others, greater than what they are at the moment. Although at the moment I know I'm a failure, that I am someone who's given up a lot of time on his own word, there is something I will never give up, and that is to always find a way to make myself better. That I'll find a way, even of all this noise of distraction and temptations and urges, no matter how many times I choose to make these dumb decisions, I know that I will find a way to break free from my own self-destruction cycle. That I will find a way to find something that I truly resonate with, to find something that I will stick with, and I will help myself and influence the people around me to do the same. That is something I'll never give up. I don't know how long it is going to take, but that is something I never will give up. That is something that's worth fighting for. And even if the truth is that I hate to see myself succeed, then I better make that my goal to overcome. Then I better make that my first dragon to slay. Then I better make that my first desire to achieve. But with all that being said, I do hope you guys had find something out of this today. That you're not alone if you can't keep up with your word, that you always fall short of your goals, that you always find a way to mess things up. That you are not alone because there are people like me out there who does also mess up when life gets good. That somehow finds a way to screw everything up despite everything around him is going fabulously well. He will find a way to mess up. You are not alone. But just understand that although how many times you choose to mess up your life, never ever give in to the temptation of not trying to win again, of not trying to find a way and win from this self-destructive loop. Because the moment you give in and take the pill that you cannot become anyone in this world, then you will truly be nobody. Then you will be far worse than you currently are. You'll probably fall into depression. You'll probably do all this self-destructive thing, and you'll feel like an absolute nobody. You don't want to be worse than who you are currently. But I can say for sure that if you choose not to fight for what you believe in, then you will be worse than where you are now. And that is a very scary thing, guys, because I cannot see myself worse than now. And it does feel like I have hit rock bottom. It feels like I have become this kid I'm trying to run away from. And it feels like I am becoming him. And if I don't do anything about it, then life is going to fall into pieces. And that isn't something I want. That is something I hate to become my truth. But with that being said, I hope you guys can enjoy tonight. And I do hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.